Hey everybody, it's Johanna. I am here. Oh my gosh. So I'm here. It is definitely later than I planned to be on for my live today. It's about quarter to 8 o'clock here in Mexico. And yeah, I'm doing my forecast a little bit late today just because I was in a class all day long. As you can probably tell, I look like I've gone through something, right? So uh, at Resonant Essentials, we had an awesome, amazing quantum healing metaphysical class for the past 2 days, and it was literally like life changing for me. So, really excited and grateful for it. And of course, it fits into the astrology. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about that and all the things that are coming up this week. So, yeah, so I just wanted to be, shout out to Michelle and to Kevin who did the class or hosted the class and facilitated the class because it was really amazing. So guess what? We are officially in Scorpio season, and I love that we had this class, which was sort of like this deepening of connection to spirit and um, sort of intuitive connection. Um, I don't really know how to describe it exactly. I'm still kind of like feeling out the words for it, and it was very interesting that we had this during the weekend that we had the Venus Kazemi, which happened yesterday on the 22nd, and today the 23rd. We had the sun move into Scorpio. So all of the stuff that happened with the Venus Kazemi happened at the very end of Libra, and it was like a farewell to Libra season with the ruler of Libra, Venus, sort of like getting this huge spotlight shown on her and um, sort of infused with her power. And it was quite a crazy experience because it sort of happened right at the moment of the Kazemi that I was going through this crazy experience through this class. But yeah, I mean, astrology is amazing, and sometimes it just is so literal, and the timing is so crazy that you're just like mind blown by it. Um, so I'm gonna I'll share a little bit more about my experience, but not here because I am going to be creating a little safe container for people who want to learn more about it at the Scorpio eclipse that's going to be coming up this week. So I'm going to be posting a new moon circle on Tuesday, the 25th, and I will be talking a little bit more about my experience in the class and, of course, all of the astrology of the eclipse. So I have the link to sign up in the comments, or I guess in the description since we're on YouTube. But if you want to sign up for the Scorpio eclipse circle, I will be talking about the astrology and lots of other witchy, mystical things that are going to be happening. So, anyway, we are officially into Scorpio season, adios Libra season. Found Libra season to be quite stressful, honestly, and that's a little bit out of the ordinary. I think all the cardinal seasons, I think I've said this before, the cardinal seasons, so Libra, Aries, Cancer, and Capricorn, all have the volume turned up on them. I always think of the cardinal seasons as like being the neon colored um, seasons, like the light, they're all lit up. It's like that boost of energy that you get when you start a new sequence of the next 3 months in a specific season. So we're currently at the very end of the first part of fall, right? We're in like the thick of the fall season. Everything's changing. If you live in the northern hemisphere in a part of the country where the leaves change, they're all in the brightest, most vivid. All the colors are out there right now, and it's like they're right on the edge of all turning brown and dying, which is kind of that transition from Libra, which is ruled by Venus and the beauty of Venus, into Scorpio, which is ruled by Mars. And in modern astrology, Pluto is associated with Scorpio as well. And Pluto is the god of death, right? So we think about the death cycle as being associated with Pluto and therefore a Scorpio. So we're kind of in this like in between season. We're like the things are getting darker, the weather's getting colder. I mean, the temperature literally dropped, I think, 20 degrees just today, and we're supposed to get our first big storm. So all of this is very timely with the start of Scorpio season. And as soon as we move into this season, it's like we get immediately hit with this eclipse that's happening on Tuesday, the 25th. So, I guess we could go into that, but really I kind of just wanted to reiterate that it's multiple things, not just the sun moving into Scorpio right now. We also have Venus has moved into Scorpio after her Kazemi. We have Saturn stationing direct, which happened on Saturday the 22nd. We have a bunch of other stations this week, both retrograde and direct. No, wait, two retrogrades. So we have a direct that happened last week, and this week we have two retrogrades starting, big ones, like kind of a big deal. So very exciting. It's going to be a really exciting week, I think. Very huge. Lots of things changing, lots of things shifting. I mean, eclipses are when the portals are open between worlds, right? And Halloween, of course, is also the time when the veil is the thinnest between the worlds, spirit world, the real world, the whatever 3D world that we live in. And the eclipse just kind of adds that extra layer of transportation or transmutation between the ethers of the worlds, and um that connection to spirit can be so much stronger during this time. And the eclipse is always this time where in astrology, it's this door opening where people leave, people come in. So a lot of people pass away during eclipses, and don't freak out. Not saying that something bad's gonna happen, but people do pass away. They also are born, or they, new people come into our lives, or new opportunities come into our lives, or something shifts that we didn't expect, or something ends that we didn't, or it just has to. There's some sort of a like a pivotal intensification of this shift that happens during eclipse season. So that's what's going to be coming up for this Scorpio eclipse. And in a sense, it's in, this very serious, dark, emotionally and psychologically intense sign. It's going to be quite an experience this week, and which is why I wanted to host the circles, because I feel like I need to help people prepare for it, and just experience the astrology in the most positive way possible. So this is what is happening. Monday the 24th. Not much actually. Monday's a pretty calm day. Of course, we're kind of leading up to that eclipse energy, so it is still very present. And you may sort of feel like a little bit of an anticipation for the eclipse energy on Monday, but it's going to be pretty quiet otherwise. Just the moon making some last minute aspects, because it's going through Libra before it goes into Scorpio on very early, 1 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday the 25th. So the actual eclipse happens at 4:48 a.m. on the 25th Mountain Time, and it's going to be happening at 2 degrees Scorpio. So wherever you have 2 degrees Scorpio in your chart, that's where the eclipse is happening. So whatever house you're going to be looking at, you'll be experiencing this in that area of your chart or area of your life. So the eclipse happens Tuesday, and then Wednesday we are moving right into Venus, or no, sorry, not Venus. Mercury is still at the very, very last degrees of Libra. So Mercury will be moving into Scorpio this week on the 29th, so Saturday. But before he does, Mercury is neither he, she, both he, she, is a neutral sign, or a neutral planet, so you can't really say he or she, or both, whatever you choose. Mercury is all encompassing, I guess, or none. So Mercury is going to make a trine aspect to this very anticipatory, like looming Mars in Gemini. So Mars has been in Gemini for a little bit. Right now it's already at 25 degrees. And guess what it's getting ready to do this week, finally, that everyone's been talking about? Yes, station retrograde. So this doesn't happen until next Sunday. So I'll talk a little bit more about that on Sunday. But we are going to have this conversation between Mars and Mercury before both of them move into their next phase and sort of separate from each other for a little while. But that'll be an interesting conversation. It's going to be a post-eclipse conversation about what's happened. What did you experience during the eclipse? Do you have any epiphanies? Do you have any aha moments? What psychological shift or what happened to you that you need to come to terms with? And there's going to be an urgency because of Mars being a fast moving planet. So is Mercury. They're both really fast moving. They add a little quickness to whatever they do. This may be like a fast, like, okay, so what's going to happen next? Okay, you got a plan. You got a plan. All right. Well, see you later. Bye. Go do your plan. So that's the type of energy that happens on the 26th. The 27th is a big day because moon moves away from the eclipse points out of Scorpio into Sagittarius. Um, and of course, whenever the moon's in Sagittarius, it's going to be moving across the galactic center, which is like the biggest point, in my opinion, in astrology. Thursday, the 27th, we have, after the conversation that Mercury had with Mars, Mercury has another conversation with Pluto. So both of the big malefics in astrology are getting activated by Mercury. So I get a little nervous because Mercury is so neutral. So it's neither good nor bad. It's neither there's no allegiance to Mercury, which is why I kind of get a little, like he's the anarchist or they're the anarchists of the zodiac. They don't care if this person gets hurt or if that person gets hurt. It's all, everyone's equal, or the playing field is totally equal. So, yeah, being a neutral player in an argument or a war or, something that feels very much like you should choose the right side, right? And he won't, or they won't. So Mercury is having this conversation with two of the most dangerous planets in the zodiac or in the galaxy, um, and that conversation could go either way. That conversation could be very intense, very like strategic, very informative, very transformative, but it could also be bad news. It could be something just serious that needs to be taken care of that comes up. So fingers crossed, it's nothing terrible. Maybe something that just has some urgency and needs a little bit of looking at in order to transform, to take your next steps in your life. But Thursday the 27th is I think the more positive, more saving grace type energy of Jupiter turning retrograde, going back into Pisces. Now, Jupiter's already been retrograde for a little bit, but the transition from Aries into Pisces is going to be huge. This is the final phase of Jupiter going through Pisces until it's officially done with the sign for the next 12 years. So let's enjoy it. Like, Jupiter in Pisces is the most positive placement for it, and theoretically, besides in traditional astrology, it's the most positive along with Sagittarius. But Jupiter in Pisces is going to be that sort of deep dive into the imagination, deep dive into what inspires you, what is that sort of bright, shiny, mystical, exciting, indulgent aspect of life that you get to enjoy for the next 2 months until it leaves next year in 2023. So that happens on the 27th, Thursday, and then Friday. Friday looks like it's not too bad. There's nothing huge as far as any alignments until we get to Saturday, the 29th, when Mercury is finally going into Scorpio. So then we're like officially in it, right? We got Venus in Scorpio, Sun in Scorpio. We have and then Mercury joins in Scorpio on the 29th. So before Mars goes retrograde on the 30th, that's some stuff to sort of be prepared for. We're really going to be shifting into Scorpio energy. So things are going to get, like I said, darker. They're going to get more serious. They're going to get more, but more intense, like transformative. So as long as you are ready to do the work and face the things that you need to look at about yourself in order to evolve, to grow, to do all the things that you want to do, and just, face your fears, face your shadow side. That's all Scorpio stuff, right? Well, now this is all stuff I'm going to be talking about in the eclipse circle, but I've only been talking for about 14 and a half minutes, and I think I don't know if I can talk anymore. So I'm still kind of in like, I don't know, the high vibes that happened today. So very, once again, very, very grateful for the experience. And then I'm very excited to do the eclipse circle on Tuesday. So please sign up. It's in the um, the YouTube description. So right below this video, you'll be able to find a link to sign up for this circle. It's totally free, and I will be doing some pretty awesome announcements at the very end for 2023 and some cool little goodies that you can get if you are really wanting to start digging deep into your own astrology practice and like start tracking your own transit. So very excited, and I hope I see you there. I hope you have a wonderful rest of this week. And yeah, just here we go. We're going into Scorpio season. So I'll see you all next week. Bye.